PTSD again. They've had a rough day. It's been a learning kind of day. I'm sure they're going to go back to the hotel rooms and try to figure out what went wrong exactly, but maybe we can end off on a good one.
I'm sure they would want to, and again, getting comfort.
You're very
out.
pessimistic today about this, John.
I'm not sold. You know, I'm kind of with Owen here, where Storm, CK, Storm in particular is, you know, out of all the Spirit Brothers except Earth Spirit, probably the one that's best off from the classical mids. But even then, it takes a little bit to come online, and that's been something consistent for Emo. I don't think his lane against Shaker necessarily gets any better this game.
Okay. I appreciate you including Earth Spirit in the classic mid pickups for the Spirit Brothers, John. It's been like 3 weeks maybe.
With the exception of Earth Spirit, you know. He's the exception because, you know, I mean, you don't see him too often now.
I think he'd be the exception, but he's still got nerfed.
Yeah.
No reason.
No, because you're too good on it, Mike. There you go, you know. That's why.
I'll never hear that again. Thank you, John. Mid lane, Emo and nothing to say going at it here in the Earthshaker versus Storm Spirit matchup. You kind of went over this. Like, we've seen this a couple times. It should be somewhat favored for the Storm, but nothing to say. He can be a real nuisance as well. You saw how much damage he just did with that Earth, with that enchant totem.
Pretty much. I think the big issue is if you don't manage to clip him with your Remnant or clip him with your Overload, when he dodges the damage, he'll go in, he'll trade with an enchant, you don't win. He'll deny off the range creep, you don't win. It's just much easier for Nothing to Say to just statically control the lane and just not be in any danger unless a rotation comes in.
I appreciate the odds as well. 1.5 to 2.5, so I mean, it's not as far as you would think.
That's a little bit optimistic, you know. That's better than what I think...
very funny, John. Better. Nice pun, John.
Yeah.
Well done.
Definitely tried in that one.
Monet. BYW almost looked like you wanted to try and go for something there onto Monet, but it tries to pull the creep wave away here for New. You really just taking so much damage from X-Nova. This is not an easy start to the lane. Like, you've got 2 melee against Morph Silencer. It's never going to be a good time.
No, you're just not going to have fun. Just the orb walking coming out from X-Nova. Then you're going to get the Arcane Curse down the line. You could try to pull back, but there's already that sentry blocking the camp, so you don't have too many options to try to fix this lane. This is all right. Prevent bleed out, just don't die. Yeah, I guess is pretty much what you're going to be gunning for, and try to hit level 3 and hope for the best at that point.
Yeah, I mean, even maybe level 2. Perhaps you could try to X-Nova. I'm trying to be optimistic here, Jonathan. Top lane, Shiro and YU Smile against JT, and of course Baboka, who is currently going into the mid lane instead for a gank attempt, is not going to find it, but is going to be able to successfully harass Emo away. And this is one of the things you can do with NP. Just TP in, secure both water runes, and don't let Emo walk up to the creep wave. Like, he literally cannot go up as long as Baboka is just standing there. And with no water runes available here for Emo, he's in dire straits.
Yeah, you don't even need to gun for the kill. Just get some good harassment. You get that bonus damage out with teleportation. And you can't do anything as the Storm. Like, no relief. No one's going to TP in to stop that. And you can just TP back to your own lane and kind of clean up. It's a solid start for G2.iG. You are getting decent farm up top, at the very least here for Shiro. Again, this is probably your best lane for LGD with that Brimstroke once you start to find some angles. The issue is that you also don't necessarily want to jump into the Primal Beast, so you might not be gunning for too much aggression. If Baboka exposes himself, that would be a much safer target.
Baboka, I mean, he's been fantastic himself here for the side of G2.iG's. X-Nova finally going to get caught here with the toss back, though it seems like X-Nova's the one that's getting aggressive because they do have Baboka, who has TP'd in. PYW, who'll go for a run down towards the south. Baboka looks like he's just going to chase him. He's already TP'd in, right? So you may as well go for the chase. See if you can land a Sprout. He does also have a Blood Grenade, so PYW is not out of danger yet as now JT. Top lane will be able to escape. Baboka still just chasing. PYW really cannot do anything. And I'd say this is a pretty big win for Baboka because if you're PYW, you really want some XP on this tiny hero.
Yeah, he's not finding it. I mean, it's great solo EXP for New, but you need to share that with your Tiny. Now, again, you're not going to be able to see PYW hope for too much to rotate onto mid, which was, again, something that we were expecting the last time we saw this Tiny come out.
They're just bullying.
They're just not stopping.
They're just bullying.
I mean, he's stuck level 2. Even X-Nova's level 3 now. Our Silencer 5 is higher
It's
level.
Nova we're talking about, John. This is the 1v5 Giga Chat we saw at TI11. I'll never have you question X-Nova like that again, Jonathan. You watch your damn
I'm
mouth.
not questioning. I'm saying X-Nova's higher than him. It's like, you know, he has his team.
Baboka. I mean, this could be a great kill here for LGD as Baboka does get caught out. Sprout will not help his cause, and Shiro secures first blood on the CK. That's a huge deal for LGD.
Yeah, that's a good tone to set. Again, it's much easier to jump the NP. They finally find that opportunity while JT is off trying to pull the creep wave. And they just capitalize. NP early levels, you can't really run, in most levels anyway. So, good punishment. This is the one lane that you really need to see success in for LGD, just because the aggression is just, it's right there. There's no questions about how you play that lane. Let's see if they can maintain that. Baboka doesn't spend too much time there, so you can expect him to just go elsewhere. As he's already poking out Y.
Just such a nuisance. Even going for the courier. Y doesn't know what to do with himself. He'll go for an Ink Sword combination to try to run him down, as now Shiro's going to join in. Baboka, he is feeling charitable tonight. Jonathan, he's looking to give another kill the way of Shiro. Shiro playing absolutely no games, will secure his second kill of the game already. And you know what? I think everyone on the panel, including us, by the way, Jonathan, were questioning whether the CK could carry throughout this game number 2. I think with all these kills going their way, they may just the Emo. Mid lane, he's got some supports coming in. Nothing to say, maybe getting baited here by Emo, though the Storm is still dropping. But perhaps they can at least get the ES, as now Baboka and X-Nova still going to try and go for the fight. It's a support versus support matchup here in the mid lane. It's why you smile does go down. Baboka and PYW, the only ones left standing is Baboka. He'll ignore the courier. He'll try for the TP to PYW, but does miss out. Nevertheless, a complete mess in the mid lane. Though I'd say again, if you are LGD, you may not mind these exchanges.
You don't mind it as much. Like, you did get slightly more in exchange. You're not falling too far behind in G2.iG. I think the big thing is, again, is while all of that happens mid, you are giving Monet a pretty easy time to farm up. Same thing with JT up top, not getting pressured on that solo lane, although could be under pressure now.
Yeah, JT will make the jump in. Inkswell eventually gonna pop it. Shiro, I was about to say the third kill, John, but why you smile took that one?
Yeah, he deserves it. He's been setting up well.
Okay.
A little bit of EXP onto the Grimstroke and gold doesn't really hurt, so you're more than happy. And this one lane that's the most successful is finding that momentum that you'd want it to find. Good start for Shiro, top of the network board. Monet lagging a little bit behind this time around. They just need to carry through. If they can start to apply pressure onto that tier 1, and they've got good forward vision on the triangle as well, and they're setting up in the area quite nicely here, LGD.
JT, they're still just trying to pressure here on LGD, get that top tier 1 tower down and keep Shiro confident. JT just onslaughting, but not really getting anything done with that. Scan is out. They still know that LGD supports a buy the right side of that tier 1 top. And I appreciate LGD really trying to get these tier 1 towers down early. They're the ones trying to apply the pressure, not allow G2.iG to set the tempo they're looking for. So far, so good. Forcing Baboka back up towards the top lane. Sure, you do have to commit 3 heroes up at this top side to allow that damage to happen, but LGD kind of rectifying the issues we were seeing early.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about all of this movement up top.
This is a good one. If they can find nothing to say, this is well worth it. Zemo, they're going to try. He will back up a little bit. Nothing to say. Still tanking through it. Going for the Echo. Oh, nothing to say.
No
He's
way.
still alive.
No way.
Oh, my God. No.
That is just wrong.
No.
That is just... That's sickening.
I can't believe it. I can't. I'm literally speed. How does that happen?
It's just not enough. They rotated. He has enough. He gets a little bit of regen with the bottle as well. Pops the wand.
He's okay. How did he survive that?
He had some charges up. He had
we go.
at least one bottle charge up as well.
How low does he get?
He has it very far.
32? Oh, I can't believe it. How much lower?
Yeah, than the bottle.
Oh.
Just enough.
That's unbelievable.
And right before that, you know, Emo was level 5 on his Storm. He just hit 6. You were already 7 before that fight broke out there, for nothing to say. I mean, that's how rough that lane was. Which again comes down to that flex with a Primal Beast. Which again brings into question the Storm pick. It just doesn't deal with these sort of funkier mids that Storm didn't have to lane into before.
GT, mid-river, on the chase, is going to find a Pulverize onto YU Smile. YU Smile still able to get up for now, but the Onslaught is going to be able to finish the job off. PYW also being chased out. Emo going to be around to help out, but not for long. He needs to retreat as PYW is going to get absolutely slapped by Nothing to Say in the mid lane.
I mean, this is demoralizing for LGD in two fronts. They're losing a lot of heroes, yes. They're also losing so much int. 10 int on this pause 5 silencer for Xnova.
Xnova's a smart guy.
It's almost an int per minute for this guy. And it's just...
He's been studying, John.
He has been. He's been studying through other people's study. I guess that's how silencer works.
G2.iG, they've got some money, John. They've bought him some textbooks here, and he's been studying a lot during this Kuala Lumpur tournament we're seeing. Zemo. Like you said, the Storm's had a rough time. 2.8k net worth just about. If they do make the jump in again, Nothing to Say. Not going to be able to really close the gap. It just doesn't matter. You know the guy just cannot farm. He'll try to get the Illusion Rune pick up, and it looks like PYW is successfully going to be able to secure that here for the Storm, but it's not really going to mean too much.
Nah, it's not going to do too much. At very least, maybe you have a save for Global Silence when it's back up. Do want to point out, while we've got this time, we are getting the Midas on JT.
Lovely.
So a Primal Beast Midas coming in. He had a good stack to clear out as well.
As is tradition.
As is the traditional build, of course, for our Primal Beast. I mean, if you're ahead, just stay ahead.
Shiro. Try. Onslaught was committed, so he's got no way out of this one. At least not with the Onslaught. Pulverize also committed here, and Shiro... I said there was no way out, John. He just walks. Yeah, just walk out.
Punches down a bit.
No problem.
Walks away. No problem. My concern really for LGD, despite, again, a stronger start for Shiro, he's #1 in net worth.
Oh! You almost got deleted by that adaptive strike.
Yeah, he's still working that bot. I mean, Neo has the full urn at the very least, trying to go into that Spirit Vessel, but he doesn't have charges. Even if that Spirit Vessel comes out, they need to find a kill to find that solution to the Morphling. I don't know, like...
Oh, Nothing to Say. He's got the blink up. Maybe they can punish at the very least. Nothing to Say. Gonna trade his life away for a support tiny kill. Well worth it here for LGD. They'll take that one.
That's a big boost. You know, you see him play greedy. You do get the punishment. It does give you room down bot for Monet to keep this farm game up. In the grand scheme of things, that's not really the hero you want to jump on IG. Like, you've just left this Morphling completely unchecked. The Shaker's done its job. It's dragged attention mid. It has the blink up. The timings have been met. But you haven't put a dent in the Morphling. The Lincoln's timing looks to be on point for Monet in this game once more. You know, ODP was saying maybe Monet might actually go through like 2 games back-to-back of Morphling without dying. It looks like he might.
Yeah, looks like it. Emo. I can't say the same for him. He's going to die. Soulbind is out there. They're going to try and punish this PYW, just rushing right in with a great toss out onto Nothing to Say. Lands the Inkswell as well. Xnova is gone. Nothing to Say in huge trouble. Shiro even joining the fray now for Baboka. Baboka will be the third. LGD. This is looking like a completely different team.
Yeah, I mean, they can bring Shiro along now. That's the difference maker. They have a core they can safely establish around themselves with damage, with some durability up front. And now they can start to get things happening on the map. All of a sudden, you've got your charges up on your urn for New. Does he have the Spirit Vessel? I think he's just rushing the Radiance. Nah, he's got the Spirit Vessel up with 4 charges. So if you do jump Monet now, not going to be an issue. And they just need to play this tempo. They don't have that many cooldowns to wait for. So they can kind of rush in. IG, in comparison, they've got Global Silence, they've got the Slam. There is some downtime for them if they're not careful in how these fights break out.
PYW may get caught here at the top lane. Nothing to Say. Nice stun in. Does get the blink up to PYW to boot, and we just get the Avalanche toss combination off, but it really doesn't matter. Xnova to take the kill. A bit more in to go his way. Heroes like Tiny and CK, you know, you do kind of rely on a bit of a mana pool, so you've got to be a little bit cautious.
Yeah, you're going to end up with a bit of a mana pool if that keeps going on here.
I know OD's smiling in the green room as well. He played a Silencer game the other day, John. He had like 150 stolen ink or something like that. It was quite ridiculous.
Those are the fun games.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're having a good time. And you're certainly having a good time for G2.iG, although again, for LGD, this has been the closest match we've seen so far from this lineup. 10-9, slam.
Emo. Emo finding out the hard way that nothing to say is in the mid lane.
Yeah. Commits the slam, doesn't matter, he's just looking for the pickoffs. The BKB timing now for Nothing to Say is terrifyingly quick, considering the circumstances here. We do have a pause.
Pause to think about what's just happened to Emo. Having some mic issues. Sure he is, John. He may have thrown that headset. I'm not gonna. I may have too. If I was playing Storm and that happened to me, I'd probably be pretty upset.
You would be. You definitely would be. But cooler heads prevail, you know, LGD. Again, all things considered, it's not as bad as the last games.
It's
not as bad as the last 3 games we've seen from them.
Improvement is improvement.
Improvement is improvement. It is a learning day. Only a 2K differential. So you're not doing bad. Shiro's #1 in net worth. Echo Saber up. Heart coming out next. They have to play around this early tempo.
Yeah.
Like this is when that CK is just overwhelmingly strong. He can deal with pretty much every hero coming out here. You've got the output to kind of get things done. And they've got to be able to push that as far as they can. Keep running around. You don't have long cooldowns. Just a little bit of that Phantasm, perhaps. Even then, it's not completely necessary in certain circumstances. Just play with that Inkswell blink in and just play as a trio. You can connect in with your Brewmaster every time he has a split. Beyond that, buy Emo some space to actually get some sort of recovery farm. At the very least, he is at 4.5k net worth, because a while ago he was at the same net worth as Xnova. So it's an improvement.
Certainly
it's building up.
Yeah. Where is Xnova at with his own net worth now, John?
He's at 3.6.
Okay.
Oh, so you know.
Only 900 gold behind Emo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, at least it's not even.
How much int does he have now, John?
14 last I checked.
Okay.
It is 14.
Thank you.
Very intelligent.
Yeah. Smart ball.
You know what it is? I think it's all that time Xnova and Boboka spent in Southeast Asia.
Yeah?
When they played on Boom. They came out of it.
They did play
revitalized.
Yeah. I bet they did. Shout out to Gary. Love you, Gary. Wherever you are, sir.
He's not watching.
Wherever you and Picasso are right now, Gary, we love you, sir.
Oh.
Goodness me. Here we go again. Game back underway. Monet, like you said, he hasn't died. He's still unkilled.
He hasn't died. He hasn't taken part in any kills. He's just farming. He is literally the epitome of AFK farm. Like, can they actually win this game with no activity from Monet? Is this the challenge of G2.iG?
This is all Artesia asks for, Jonathan. This is all he wants. But why is it so hard?
just farm. Just 15 minutes of farming. Literally no enemy heroes for you to kill. You don't jump. You don't touch them. Just farm. Hit creeps.
Yeah.
It's peaceful. It's zen.
PYW Xnova gonna have a look at each other in the mid lane. Nothing to say, of course. Just farming his BKB for now. Got the Mithril Hammer up, but there's still a bit of ways to go to have that item up. Shiro still top of the net worth board on the CK, so happy days for LGD. The G2.iG looking to rotate and put a bit of a damper on that, as they are going to be right by Why You Smile. Yes. Emo is obviously the much bigger target around that area, but for now, Xnova going to get some deep wards down towards the northern side. And oh, Emo, did he just run into that? Yep. I think he did. Emo, he's going to get silenced up, but the global silence, and he is down. Xnova to take the kill and to take some more intelligence. Why You Smile? Is he? He's okay. He's out of vision. He's fine.
You already found the big kill anyway. You don't mind. It does cost global silence, but chances are LGD's not even going to group up for a big team fight anytime soon, although down mid.
They're going to crack PYW. Getting caught. You going to rush in, though, trying to find a trade. Will at least get the both. I think any trade, like a 1-for-1 like that, LGD are more than happy.
They are getting a lot more, considering the net worth disparity. Not massive, so it's not like a massive swing back, but it does allow you to equalize. You're fairly happy. You're getting some activity out as well for Emo to build into his Witchblade to Sanj and Kaya. They've got some room to finally take an objective as well down bot. Bot tier 1 should be set to fall. Side of G2.iG not in position to defend. I mean, why would you? You're pressuring up top anyway. You've got that forward ward, which gave you that kill in the storm. You don't need to contest bot lane. There's also mid to consider here. that they haven't quite cleared out. It's not as fast of a push for G2.iG in comparison to Game 1. They are still finding it. And the timings are starting to line up. You did end up going for the Blade Mail on JT, so no Midas Primal Beast, unfortunately.
Well, JT, speaking of the devil, he's going to get jumped emo, just slipping right in with the Ink Sword combination. JT just going to melt to the damage output of LGD, though Why You Smile again going to find the kill somehow. Why You Smile just constantly finding all the kills. I'm sure Emo would have probably appreciated that one, but he won't have it.
You know, it happens. The last tick just comes through. Can't blame anyone. Still a nice pick off the find, and that does drop the net worth lead down to 2-1K, bouncing around in that area. Most of the equalizing gold from LGD again is on Shiro.
Running right into LGD, very confidently though. PYW going to get an avalanche toss, but Monet is just so damn quick with the strength morph. He is just way too fast, and now nothing to say. Bind's two in the back. New's going to be targeted. New is down. That's 3 for nothing.
3 for nothing. Finally some activity out from Monet. Showing up, gets a 1-0-1 scoreline from a 0-0-0 for at least 20 minutes. The side of LGD, they get that one pick off. They stay a little bit too long in that position. G2.iG just come in and punish. And, well, now the lead is starting to widen. It is Global Silence once more. It is the Echo Slam. So if LGD wanted to on the respawns, they do have an opportunity. They still got that split ready to go here on New. They can try to play off the back of that.
The seeds of
LGD. Up towards the top side, making sure that IG can't think about trying to pressure that top tier 2 tower, and IG certainly to just retreat and play the farm game for now. 5k advantage still their way. Shiro still top of the net worth board though here for LGD. Sitting at 12k at the moment on the CK, and what is he farming exactly on that CK, John?
Still working towards that heart.
Okay.
Hasn't finished it up quite yet, but
Very
progress
close.
has been made. Just lacking that full recipe. And that's going to be a big boon. Just the sheer durability coming out. He's not going to be insta-gibbed anytime soon. So that is a big opportunity for the side of LGD. What I want to see is when Emo is really ready to go. Again, waiting for that Kaya Sanj. At the least with that, plus the Witchblade, the Storm should be able to start angling in. Remains to be seen, but just a little bit more time in that farm here.
Double smoke here in the mid lane. G2.iG looking to move down towards the bottom side of the map. Heart of Trask is now up on Shiro, so it could be some decent timing for LGD to try and go for the fight back. Why You Smile going to relieve that bottom area, so absolutely nobody from LGD going to stick around for G2.iG to be able to focus down. They are going to hang around that right side of the map, hoping that they can find someone by the Ancients, but instead they'll just get some wards down, head into the dire triangle. Still going to find nobody there either. Meanwhile, LGD remaining grouped up, and I suppose there is strength in numbers in a game like this. Just don't split up. Your supports have to constantly hang around your mid and your safe lane. Ensure they do remain alive as they're farming. This is probably the kind of game LGD have wanted this whole day, right? Just a slow, methodical game, hit some creeps, and eventually during the late game, we'll get something done.
That they can. You know, again, it's recovery for Emo. He has tended to have to go back to farm more often than not in the last 3 games. And now he has the opportunity to do so and building up. G2.iG have this opening for Roshan. And this is not going to be a long Rosh considering how much they've built up here. So we'll have that secondary life ready to go on Monet with protection of his Lincolns and Manta. Going to be a hard one to hold down. LGD are close enough that they could try to move in, but there is a ward watching that movement close to where that tier 1 used to be.
LGD, a 3-man smoke up, but Roshan still going down very, very quickly as Monet is able to take the Aegis, though LGD still sticking around, maybe looking for that surprise initiation. And there you go, Why You Smile, gonna see nothing to say. Gets the Soulbind off into the double toss combination of PYW, but the BKB was committed by nothing to say, meaning they cannot finish the killer now. Well, Shiro, he jumps in, but the Echo, it's just gonna put an end to all the initiation they were looking for LGD. Is Monet No fear in the world. Looking to jump back in though. Shiro is trying to fight back. They'll lock down Monet a little bit longer, but he's just so damn tanky. In goes JT.
Oh, no.
He'll find him
Emo.
on the storm. PYW's gone. Shiro is still desperately trying to salvage this team fight, but it is well and truly over for LGD. As G2.iG so far not even losing the Aegis of Monet. Monet just juggling his HP as they do take down the CK. Nothing to say to pick up his 4th kill. And how much int was that? Xnova's got 26 now. He's having a great old time.
That he is. And they can't find anything on LGD. The smoke breaks early on the side. They do manage to get a pretty good leash off, a good soul bind off onto 2 heroes that really want to be in the middle.
Oh, why? Even Y gets caught out. It's basically a full team wipe.
That's pretty much it. It's all of them gone. Tormentor to be taken. Tier 2 still stand, but Aegis still stands for G2.iG. They're probably just going to go for this objective.
Oh, Emo! He got the shot!
All right.
There you go. That's a play, Emo. He does get something for his team, and rightfully so. He takes the shards himself.
That does go on to him, which, free shard, you'll take it, I suppose. And that it just prevents G2.iG from, I guess, building up even more. A free shard on literally anyone would be pretty painful. Like, say, a free shard onto Nothing to Say would just be infinitely harder to fight into with those constant aftershocks coming in from the fissure. So a nice deal, good timing, good read, but they still have to hold out. Like, again, Aegis is still up. They threw everything out there. There is no split for a few more seconds for New, but once that's up, they could try. They need to angle a little bit better. I don't know if you can even instantly hold down this morph, which is the issue.
BYW jumping there from JT. Pulverize out. BYW is gone. Mid lane, Shiro revealing himself on the creep wave. Nothing to Say was around the corner, but they will not make the jump in. They'll leave the CKB. The top lane, there was a bit of a chase going on here for New, though New is for now going to be okay. The JT tried for the jump, but did not have the Pulverize available at the time. Will allow Monet, though, to just casually take the top tier 2 tower, and well, G2.iG, they'll hold on to a 9k advantage their way. There's nothing to say. Mid lane looking for a power rune, does get caught by Emo, but the Echo Slam comes out. Nothing to say.
My God! No!
He didn't need to say anything. His actions prove everything. That's why you smile, also getting caught out.
Oh, no. How in the heck did Nothing to Say pop that BKB that quick? I swear he was held down for a second.
You tell me,
stop.
You tell I.
That's just
Fast hands, John.
Yeah,
Fast hands.
Pretty much it. LGD.
I mean, it was a level 1 Vortex. There you go. Hobbs is kind of pointing it out. It wasn't a long duration.
He doesn't have that many. It's level 12 is our Storm.
Okay.
That's you have a level 14 NP. Xnova is level 13 with 30 int. He's had a great time. This game does not simplify for LGD. They had to play off the power spike of Shiro. Their high ground is not ideal. It's not the worst. You're probably just looking to jump backline now with PYW and Emo. Like, try to catch someone off guard, reposition them, and play pickoffs again. Feels like that's what we've been trying to see here from LGD in terms of recovery across every game they've played. G2.iG are not giving any openings though.
From lane, LGD, they were thinking about trying to make a jump onto Monet, but they think better of it as they don't see the rest of G2.iG. Of course, they were hanging in that die triangle, just waiting for them to try and pounce in. New gonna reveal himself in an immediate jump from JT, just into the Pulverize with the BKB out. Even a global silence, just in case he was thinking about that primal split. Monet, 3-0-6, has not died once. Onto the tier 3 tower he goes. I mean, they could try for it, but he still has an Aegis for 10 seconds. Instead, Shiro, he's going to try onto the Earthshaker. Nothing to say, still surviving. He's just so damn tanky with the Glimmer Cape being available, and he will just casually walk away as Shiro. When he continues the chase for a little bit, but it's no good. They find nothing.
I'm frankly a little bit surprised G2.iG didn't jump back in. They've got the slam ready. They get the reset with Aegis. Could have been a juicy one for Nothing to Say. But they play it safe, pull back. They didn't quite have JT around in the area. LGD stay alive for another day, but options are limited. Like those jumps have to be successful. They've got to be able to burst someone down with a CK when he pops Phantasm. And again, there are no easy targets. Like Glimmer Cape alone was enough to save, nothing to save. They finally take their own Tormentor. They've got the Boulder throw from JT. It's just a little bit more long-range stun. Not that it's been necessary for the side of G2.iG. LGD. I mean, you know, we've been talking about what Emo wants to build into. He still only has the Kaya.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have the Kaya Sanj. Like this Storm is just. This Storm's not had a good game. Baboka's overtaken on the NP in terms of net worth. It's a tough day for Emo. It's a tough day for LGD.
Dire's middle tower is under
JT just
attack.
hiding in that bottom right corner.
Ooh.
Gonna reveal himself. This should be a freebie, though JT gets away, gets the BKB off, still chasing Why You Smile. Apparently a complete Giga Chat because he finds a kill completely on his own against 4. Now the Avalanche toss comes out from PYW, but the Echo Slam, nothing to say. He joins the fray, and JT, he's still alive!
They just don't die!
He's still alive! Oh, Baboka pauses on them! What do you mean, Baboka?
Oh, lag.
All right, but Baboka, come on, brother. I can't say I believe you, sir. It doesn't matter if you're lagging, Baboka. There's 4 dead on the enemy team.
The timing. Oh, God.
Emo, drop a question mark. There's never been a better time. Drop a question mark right now.
Look at JT.
Oh, hey, look at
Look
JT.
at this
Just like,
madman.
oh, look, there's 4 heroes. I guess I'll jump in.
I swear, the Glimmer Capes are their bane of
my
their existence here in LGD.
Just nothing to say. Jumping in for the easiest Echo Slam of his life. JT's still alive.
Oh.
And you know what, Baboka, he really just he put the heart through he put the dagger through the back that time around with that pause.
He spent too much time in Southeast Asia. One qualifier season, and that's
Look
too
at that
much
smile.
already.
Happy faces on G2.iG. Here we go. Baboka's back.
You almost had that.
Oh,
This is that stop. They're already dead.
pretty much.
This is it.
That's the voice line.
That's your voice line.
That is my voice line.
You're welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you very much, Mike. For what? I'm not sure, but thank you.
The marketing job.
Of course. Not
Nothing
that
to
you
say.
can buy it anymore.
No, you can't. Exclusive John X Fire content. If you missed out, you missed out.
You missed
You
out.
did.
What you're not missing out on is G2.iG having a fantastic time. Still no deaths on Monet. I honestly wish at this point, it's a bit memey, but I wish he had a 0-0-0 scoreline. Because I've just never seen a win with a 0-0-0 in a pro game. Maybe a little bit too much to ask. LGD, well, they've got the full Kaya Sanj up on Emo. Does that make a difference? Marginally so. Marginally so.
I appreciate that, John.
Yeah, I legit think that the counterplay right now literally is what our panel talked about. Get a Manta on Shiro, then get your Ags. Manta yourself when GS comes in, and then instantly use Phantasm. That's it. You're not going to get a BKB anytime soon here on Emo.
Dire's
You need a save.
is under attack.
That's your save.
LGD, they're not out of this game yet. 23k behind. They've shown signs of life. At least it's been a very entertaining game between these two teams.
That it has.
Nothing to say now, looking for that Octarine call. Once those low cooldowns of the Ags up. JT, meanwhile, we've seen this before, Jonathan. He might see 4 heroes and jump in. Who knows? Monet seeing Emo. Meanwhile,
Oh
while you
my
smile,
God.
he literally just jumps in against 3. Monet, in the meantime, trying after Emo, though Emo will just be able to zip away. And JT, he will survive. Nothing to say his turn, apparently, as he blinks away. Nova right behind him, just in case with the global silence available. JT having a very fun time.
That he is. He's literally just been running forward. No stops. And, I mean, you can't fault the guy. Although...
Nothing to say, my goodness. Halfway through the right-click animation, just not quite there for Shiro.
Oh, God.
This man's quick.
Oh,
He's
he is quick. He is quick. He's been quick this entire game. Now, LGD, Gotta be able to catch someone, something. So many good boards here, though.
He's got Echo available. You can't. Oh, he's back. It's okay.
He wants the Octarine. He's not gonna pop Echo until the Octarine's up. It's so close.
If it was JT, he would have jumped right in. I guarantee.
Yeah, but he doesn't need. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need an Octarine.
What
His
does
cooldown's
LGD need?
low.
That's what I need to know. What do LGD need for this game number 2?
They are actually going for the Manta on Shiro into the Shard, not quite the Yags,
Under attack.
but that's gonna be helpful.
lane.
Cool.
Top lane, Monet. Jump in is there. BYW going to be able to find an avalanche, but that's about it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, who have they left behind? It's going to be why you smile. It's a question he might be asking himself right now. Why would you smile?
There's no reason to smile here for LGD, at the very least. G2.iG, all the reason in the world. After this spectacular performance, 31 to 11, 27k gold advantage coming out for them here. Asking me what LGD needs, a couple of BKBs. Like, if you can just force the global silence out, dispel the silence, you can reposition, you can try to find angle and try to work yourself into the back line, or just pull back while GS is up for the rest of the team and re-engage. Once you waste a couple of those teamfight spells, it simplifies it a little bit for LGD, but this is still a very complex problem they have to tackle.
Love JT just with the rock throw animation, just constantly canceling. It just looks so funny. JT. The rest of the squad, Monet going to have an Aegis up once again. Cheese to go the way of nothing to say. 29k advantage is nothing to say. Casually going to just move into the mid lane on his own. No problem. LGD, they are remaining grouped up in that dire jungle. As 5, looking to maybe go towards the north. Octarine core now completed on nothing to say. I mean, if they're looking towards JT, I'm honestly not sure if they should. As 5,
They should not try it.
Oh boy, here we go. Monet gonna run right into him, breaks the smoke, finds Shiro, looks for the CK. He gets the Phantasm off in time, but Monet is not backing off. Monet just giga-chatting it up, and now nothing to say with a huge Echo Slam. As the fight does continue, why you smile? The only one down so far, but New, he wants to join his friend apparently because he's been caught out to boot. Still trying to back off though. Monet not retreating, neither is nothing to say. There goes your Brewmaster, he's down. The buyback on Why You Smile means absolutely nothing. He's down another time. Shiro still trying his absolute best to fight through this one, but there is no fighting. It is just an absolute massacre on the high ground on that dire Emo.
They can't find anything.
But yeah, it's all over.
Dead.
It is all over. LGD sadly have to go winless today, Jonathan. And well, G2IG, they're looking